Hello, happy Wellness Wednesday. I am coming to you today from the car and I'm hands-free and driving to an appointment. And I just wanted to hop on here for Wellness Wednesday to give you some thoughts on, are you a normal eater? And what does that even mean? I was seeing some clients this morning and that came up. One of my clients says, I just want to be a normal eater. And I was like, okay, what does that mean? Like, what does that mean for you? What is the expectation that you have for yourself? What behaviors are you expecting to create this feeling of normal? Because normal is a feeling. And I think sometimes normal allows us to feel safe and predictable. So the conversation shifted to, well, I just want to feel safe. I want to be able to look at foods and eat without being nervous. I want to eat foods without feeling guilty. And for her, that was normal. I just want to have a normal relationship with food. So it got me thinking, okay, that is a really great question to ask is what is normal for you? Because I think normal sometimes is this expectation that there's no pain, it's perfect, it's this ideal scenario where everything goes as planned. And when you have that type of thinking, you typically are let down. You typically are let down that this perfect diet, this expectation that you're going to have no pain, no suffering, we're disappointed in either ourselves or the plan or the provider or the treatment because we want things to be normal. I'm going to challenge that there is no such thing as a normal eater. Every single person has individual pain, individual medical complications, some heavier than others or more complicated than others. Some are more emotionally challenging than others. And food, we all can relate to because we all have to eat it. As a human, your experience with food is necessary, and to avoid that experience can lead to disease. To avoid the experience of food, like restricting too much or restricting enough, can lead to binging, which then that leads to more and more unwanted consequences. So I think signs of normal eating, I'm going to give you 5 signs. One is there's some flexibility. There's some flexibility with it, meaning say you have a meal plan and you have this meal plan that you're following, life throws you a curveball and you're able to respond to the curveball with some flexibility. That flexibility is going to look different for everybody. Maybe you find a dish or a food that's a little off plan, but still meets the demands of your body or the demands of your blood sugar or the demands of your weight control or whatever. So there's some flexibility. 2, you eat when you're hungry. So a normal eater is going to have hunger cues and then respond appropriately if able. 3 is you stop when you're full. Is you have this sense of fullness and it's like, oh, I feel good. I feel satisfied. I can move on with my day. 4 is sometimes you overeat because it tastes so good. And we have this taste experience for pleasure. But 5 is sometimes you put the food away because you know you can have more food again later. And we live in Western society. I live in Western society where I have access to food all the time. And so I don't have a food shortage. There are people in Western society in the United States that do have a food shortage. And so they are going to hoard food out of fear that they're not going to have food later. That's different. So I'm speaking to a population that has access to food readily available and maybe are trying to navigate a relationship with food that feels complicated. And so 5 signs is you're flexible, You eat when you're hungry, you stop when you're full. Sometimes you overeat, and sometimes you push away food because you know you'll have some again later. If you can have those signs, I would say you're living in a normal relationship with food, which again, I don't think there is this definition of normal that fits for everybody. It's so individualized, it's so different. If you're running into practitioners that have extreme definitions of normal eating, be cautious because it's so hard to put each person in a box, in the same box. I'm going to be different than you, than maybe the 15 other people that watch this video. And those differences is what makes our population of people, of humans, fascinating. And I find fun and interesting to navigate because nobody is the same. And there's theories that can work and questions that I've been able to kind of navigate, knowing how to navigate in the last 2 decades. But each person is so different and how they feel normal. And yeah, so hope those 5 tips help. And thank you for watching this very quick Wellness Wednesday. And I hope you can experience your sense of normalcy or safety at some point today. Okay, bye.